You're not broke because you don't earn enough. You're broke because of habits you don't even notice. They feel normal, responsible, even smart. That's the trap. These habits don't destroy your money fast. They quietly erase your future while you feel stable. Once you see them, you'll understand why wealth has always stayed just out of reach. Most people think money problems announce themselves loudly. Missed bills, debt calls, panic. But real financial damage doesn't look like a crisis. It looks like routine. You wake up, go to work, pay your expenses, and repeat. Nothing feels wrong. Nothing feels urgent. That's why these habits are dangerous. They don't break your life. They quietly freeze it. You're functioning, not failing, and functioning feels safe. Income comes in, money goes out, and progress stays invisible. Years pass like this without alarms or mistakes big enough to notice. Not because you're careless, but because the habits draining your future don't feel harmful. They feel normal. And what feels normal is almost never questioned. Most people think comfort is harmless. A small convenience here, a little shortcut there, a subscription you forget, a coffee you buy every morning, the habit of paying slightly more for ease. It feels normal, even responsible. You tell yourself it's minor, insignificant. But these small choices quietly add up, shaping your lifestyle without you realizing it. Comfort doesn't scream. It whispers. It tells you into thinking you're making smart decisions, while your future wealth silently slips away. Every unnecessary convenience, every small compromise steals not just money, but awareness. The ability to notice patterns, to question habits, to see where your time and money are really going. You convince yourself you're efficient, productive, balanced. Yet efficiency here isn't freedom. It's invisibility. You remain comfortable, secure, and utterly unaware that each tiny decision is chaining your long-term wealth. This is a trap nobody talks about. The slow erosion disguised as progress. The silent drain that makes you feel stable while ensuring you never truly grow. As your income grows, so does your comfort. You get a raise and suddenly your lifestyle adjusts automatically. A slightly bigger apartment and newer car. Dinners out that used to feel occasional now become routine. You tell yourself you're rewarding yourself for hard work. But the truth is far more subtle. Every increase in earnings becomes invisible spending. You never feel poor, yet you never feel rich. Your bank account grows and shrinks in perfect synchronization with your desires, leaving almost nothing behind. This is lifestyle drift. The slow, silent expansion of wants that perfectly matches your means, making growth feel impossible. You don't notice it because it feels like progress. You're not indulging recklessly. You're simply moving with your income. Meanwhile, the habits that drain your future continue unchecked. Subscriptions, convenience purchases, small compromises, all quietly feeding the comfort loop. You think you're building a life, but most of your wealth evaporates into things you barely remember buying. And the most dangerous part? It doesn't feel wrong. It feels normal. It feels like life. Years pass, raises come, promotions happen, and your net worth barely moves. You feel busy, accomplished, satisfied, and yet your financial future remains frozen, dictated not by your earnings, but by habits you never even questioned. Every little reward you convince yourself you deserve becomes another brick in the invisible wall that keeps true wealth out of reach. Most people live with the illusion that tomorrow will take care of itself. You tell yourself, I'll save later, I'll invest later, I'll plan for emergencies later. It's comforting to postpone responsibility. It makes life feel lighter, less rigid, less stressful. But delaying responsibility doesn't just put off action. It silently compounds risk. Every day you ignore planning for the future. You hand control to chance. Emergencies happen. Opportunities pass. Skills get outdated. And every later you promise yourself quietly becomes a never. You might think you're disciplined. After all, you pay your bills on time. You meet your obligations, you follow routines. Yet discipline alone doesn't build wealth. Real financial growth requires conscious foresight, not just the illusion of stability. When you postpone responsibility, you aren't just delaying action. You're delaying freedom. You remain trapped in a cycle of reactive decision-making. Earning, spending, surviving, repeating. It feels safe because immediate discomfort is avoided. But the cost is invisible until it's too late. Retirement contributions are minimal, emergency funds non-existent, skill development neglected. You're earning more than ever, Yet your future self is silently impoverished. And the cruelest part? Most people will never realize the pattern. They will work harder, get busier, achieve more, and still wonder why wealth never grows. Delayed responsibility is invisible. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't punish suddenly. It erodes slowly, steadily, and relentlessly, leaving behind only the illusion of progress while quietly chaining your financial freedom to a timeline that always feels far away. Most people assume earning more automatically means growing richer. They measure success by salary hikes, promotions, or even bonus checks, believing these numbers reflect progress. But this is one of the most dangerous illusions. Income is not wealth. Busy schedules and rising paychecks can create the illusion of advancement, while the habits silently draining your money remain untouched. You think moving from $50,000 to $80,000 a year makes you better off, but your lifestyle drifts just as quickly. Every raise is met with subtle upgrades: a nicer car, bigger apartment, fancier gadgets, slightly more expensive habits, and before long, the extra income disappears almost entirely. The bank balance may look bigger temporarily, but real financial security never improves. People confuse activity with growth. They are constantly earning, spending, and feeling accomplished. But real wealth is being quietly siphoned away. And the worst part? The pattern is invisible. You don't feel poor because your lifestyle adjusts seamlessly, masking the slow erosion of your future. Hard work becomes a treadmill, every effort rewarded with temporary comfort rather than lasting wealth. Promotions, side hustles, or business ventures only matter if the underlying habits, those silent, comfortable, unquestioned routines, are changed. Otherwise, more money simply fuels the same invisible leaks. You might have bank statements, pay stubs, even investments, but the truth is stark. Your income is working harder than you are. You are building an appearance of progress, not actual freedom. While the world applauds your growth, your financial foundation remains fragile, dictated by invisible habits, delayed responsibility, and lifestyle drift. Most will never see it. They will work harder, earn more, chase bigger salaries, and wonder why wealth still feels just out of reach. Mistaking income for progress is the most subtle trap of all, one that disguises stagnation as achievement, leaving the illusion of advancement in place while quietly stealing your future. The habits draining your wealth aren't accidents. They're not the result of laziness or incompetence. They are exactly what the system wants you to practice. Every convenience, every small compromise, every responsible purchase is designed to keep you busy, comfortable, and unaware. The economy doesn't need you broke. It needs you engaged, constantly earning, spending, and believing that your progress is real. Credit cards, subscriptions, small lifestyle upgrades, easy loans. All of them exist to make you feel secure while ensuring your financial freedom is just out of reach. When you buy what feels smart, the system profits. When you postpone responsibility, it profits. When you mistake income for progress, it profits. It doesn't matter if you earn $30,000 or $300,000. These habits silently siphon your wealth at every level. The system doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care if you retire comfortably or own a house outright. Its goal is simple: keep you moving, keep you busy, keep you consuming. And because the habits feel normal, because they feel responsible, most people never see the trap. They wake up every morning, work hard, pay bills, indulge in minor comforts, and think they are building security. In reality, they are building nothing but invisible chains that tighten with every paycheck. Even investing seems safe until your contributions are offset by the habits quietly eroding your principal. Convenience kills awareness. Small decisions multiply into unseen losses. Every harmless purchase, every skipped plan for tomorrow, every postponed responsibility is another brick in the wall separating you from real wealth. And here's the cruelest part: the system doesn't hide it. It doesn't need to. All it takes is to keep you distracted by comfort, busy with life, chasing income, and feeling accomplished. The louder you feel secure, the quieter the drain. And when the realization finally hits, decades may have passed. Your habits, those same smart routines you clung to, have made sure wealth never really grows, leaving only the illusion of progress. While you were busy thinking you were winning, the system quietly ensured you were always behind. This is why most people never escape. The system doesn't trap you with chains you can see. It traps you with habits you choose to believe are normal. After years of repeating the same routines, following the invisible rules, and trusting habits that quietly drained your future, most people never realize the pattern until it's too late. But awareness is the first step toward control. The habits that felt harmless, responsible, or even smart are exactly what prevented wealth from accumulating. Comfort, lifestyle drift, delayed responsibility, mistaking income for progress, and the system's subtle nudges, all combined into a silent force that shaped your life without asking. The key isn't radical change or extreme sacrifice. It's conscious choice. Small adjustments made deliberately break the cycle. Question every convenience. Track every recurring expense. Examine every harmless habit. Consider what each decision is really costing your future self. Build a buffer, invest with clarity. Delay gratification strategically, and recognize when income is illusionary progress. The quiet exit isn't flashy. It doesn't promise overnight riches or sudden freedom. It's invisible work, done consistently, often in isolation, and mostly unnoticed by the world. Yet this is exactly how real wealth forms. By removing the silent leaks before they can take root. The unsettling truth is that comfort will always try to pull you back. Lifestyle drift will always creep forward. And the system will always design more ways to make the cycle invisible. No one will stop it for you. You have to stop it yourself. And stopping it is less about earning more and more about thinking differently, seeing habits for what they are, questioning the normal, and taking quiet, deliberate steps toward control. Real growth doesn't announce itself with flashy numbers or Instagram moments. It is built in the invisible hours, the choices no one notices, the sacrifices that feel small but accumulate into freedom. Most people never notice. Most people never act. But for those who do, the quiet exit is the difference between a life of invisible chains and a life where wealth actually grows steadily, silently, relentlessly.